Okay, well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rugby Brough Council's Cabinet meeting this evening. I'm Councillor Michael Moran, Leader of the Council and Chair of Cabinet. The meeting is being web streamed to the public through the Council's YouTube channel. During the meeting, when asked to speak, please use the push to talk button on the microphone in front of you. Before we begin the formal agenda, I'm obliged to read out the following fire notice. There is no fire drill scheduled in the building this evening. If the fire alarm does sound, then please could I ask that you make your way out of the building, down the main staircase and out of the main doors of the Town Hall and congregate at the entrance to Caldecott Park. An officer of the Council will give instructions on when it is safe to return to the building. Thank you. Okay, so if we move on, could we get somebody to propose the minutes from the last Cabinet meeting? Councillor O'Rourke, thank you.
Yes, can I propose the minutes from the last meeting?
We need a second. And a seconder, please.
Chair, I'll second it.
Okay, you've got to be quick, Councillor Brough. Thank you. And all in favour of approving those minutes, please? Okay, thank you. I'll take that as approved. Moving on to apologies. Do we have any apologies for the meeting this evening?
Chair, we have apologies from Councillors Picker and Roodhouse.
Okay, thank you. Let the record note that. Do we have any declarations of interest? Councillor Edwards.
Can I, under item 18, declare a personal interest as a former member of the Brough Community Association and former member of the New Baldon-Avon Community Partnership?
Yes, great. Thank you. Councillor Livesey.
Yeah, I should also declare an interest as a member of the New Baldon-Avon Community Partnership.
Okay, thank you very much. I won't lie, everybody, I was hoping that somebody would come up with saying that they were a former Olympian and that they felt that the retrospective recognition of Olympians could affect them. So I think disappointed all round then, so never mind. We'll move on. We've got item 4, question time.
Chair, we've received one question from Becca Stevenson regarding the work of the Council's Climate Emergency Working Group. A response has been circulated and published on the Council's website.
Okay, and so can I take that? Is it sufficient then to leave it there rather than reading it out? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have any supplementary question or
No, she's not here.
anything. Okay. Well, look, I think I know that several of us are in contact with the Green Group generally, so that's something that we can pick up and make sure that they're fully satisfied. Thank you. Okay, so flying on to item 5 on the agenda. We've got under the Growth and Investment Digital and Communications portfolio, item 5, the UK Government funded spend UK SPF 24-25. Councillor Robinson.
Thank you. So this report makes recommendations for the allocation of the remaining proportion of the UK Shared Prosperity Fund, which is now referred to as central government funding. In summary, the funds have got to be spent by 31st of March 2025. The additional capital spend that is left to be decided is outlined in the report. And so that the figures are there. I'll do the 0.055 million for the Business and Community Hub, 0.75 million for Rugby College Electric Vehicle Centre. So the Business and Community Hub is the Business and Community Hub within the council offices downstairs, and providing space and advice to businesses on a space for the community as well. So it's around business support. The Rugby College Electric Vehicle Centre is to train people in EV mechanic skills, which is a bit of a skills shortage. Will also improve their skills and ability to earn better money. So all links very well into UK SPF / central government funding objectives. There is a revenue environment outlined of 0.058 million, This is for administrative and management charges that can be made. This wasn't initially in the papers, as I understand it, because there was a bit back and forth to understand exactly what the council could claim back as part of the administration and the management. That has now been clarified by central government, so that's why the money is appearing now in the papers. You'll note from 1.5 that there is 0.096 million of capital that remains unallocated. So myself and councillor colleagues are looking for more ideas and to come forward. Be very delighted to receive some more suggestions, and we are currently working through those and getting advice on those. So we'll be in a position to bring another paper forward in October to approve the rest of the spend. So that's the bare bones of it.
Thank you very much, Councillor Robinson. So you'll propose that for a recommendation to be taken forward?
Yes, please.
And could I get a seconder, please? Councillor O'Rourke.
I'll second it.
Thank you. So now's the opportunity to invite the Conservative group if they'd like to make any comments or questions.
Thank you, Chairman. Most of the agendas from the previous administration. I won't be making any comments at the moment, but if something does arise that doesn't ring a bell, I will obviously make a comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And Councillor Mackenzie.
Thank you. I'd just like to make have one quick question for Councillor Robinson. We were hoping to show off the new business hub next week with the excellent business event that we've got going on. I just wondered whether we've got a new update on when that refurbishment is going to happen, because I'm looking forward to showing the businesses and our residents.
To be very specific, I'd need to check again, but the latest information I had was that the aim was to have it done by the end of October. So that would mean work starting pretty soon, but I'm not aware of it starting yet, so I can give you I can check and give you, well, everybody an update on that.
Okay, thank you very much. Councillor Robinson, can I move that then to the vote? All those in favour of that item going forward? Thank you very much. That's carried, thank you. Item number 6, Town Centre Regeneration Progress Update. Back to you, Councillor Robinson.
Thank you. So this paper recommends that the Article 4 direction made on 21st of February 2024 will come into effect on the 23rd of February 2025. So this follows a recent report to
Councillor Robinson, I know you're incredibly efficient. Unless I missed it, you did skip item 6.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Town Centre Regeneration Progress. Scrolled too quick, yeah. So Town Centre I've stole my own thunder though, haven't I? Right, so Town Centre Regeneration Progress Update. Well, this one's very simple. So this report is for note. It provides an up-to-date information on the Town Centre Regeneration and progress with the strategy. There's no decision for Cabinet or Council in terms of this paper. It is for note. I would just sort of like to add that I attended the my first meeting of the Town Centre Regeneration Working Group recently, not as chair, but as attendee. It was chaired by Councillor Roodhouse. And I do feel that the next report that comes before Cabinet and before Council is going to show more acceleration in terms of reporting back. But for now, this is what it is, and it's for note.
Thank you very much, Councillor Robinson. I'll just add there to that obviously a portfolio that is very close to my heart, and I think what I'd like to draw out the attention of is that without playing politics, the background work has stopped. We're now looking at very focused, deliverable actions. So I look forward very much to coming back to this chamber to report on actions to make meaningful progress. With that intervention, you are moving it forward for recommendations, you say. Can we have a seconder, please? Councillor O'Rourke.
Second it.
Okay, and an opportunity for the Conservatives to speak? No. And Councillor Mackenzie? No. Okay, can I put that to the vote then, please? That's unanimously carried. Thank you very much. Okay, and you've already given us a taste for this one, Councillor Robinson. Will you move on to the next item, please?
Yeah, I have indeed, and so I would like to move this report, and I am excited to move this report. So because it did, it's come forward through work from this side of the chamber. Started in opposition, and now it's coming. We're bearing fruit, and now in leadership. So, yeah, that's why I'm so excited about it. So the paper recommends the Article 4 direction made February of this year, comes into effect February next year. And the purpose of the Article 4 direction is to require changes from use Class C3 dwelling house to C4. So that's going taking a house that's a residential dwelling and turning it into a house in multiple occupation for 3 to 6 residents in a defined area to have to obtain planning permission, whereas currently it's only HMOs that are larger than that in size. So, yeah, I'm quite excited to be bringing this one forward. Have I got a seconder?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Robinson. I just wanted to add, just to really note in the report, particularly item 1.3, through that 12-month period, we had through the consultation period, we only had 8 representations, which were all positive. But to note, 651 signatures on the petition. So it's clearly something that the community want desperately. It's long overdue. It's great to move it forward. So thank you for all the work that's done to date. Could I invite anything from the Conservatives? Okay. And Councillor Mackenzie? No? Great. So back to the Cabinet for votes for that one, please. Unanimous there. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 8, Development Management Service Review Update.
Yep. So this paper that I'm about to move is a report that summarises the findings of an independent review into the development management service, and it provides members with an update on the action plan. It was, you'll note from 1.2, it was conducted by Hyas Associates Limited, who were appointed to carry out the review, and 1.2 also sets out all the main findings. I had a recent meeting with the Chief Officer in relation, well, in all matters, and on this Hyas report, have been assured that we've either done some of those recommendations or making good recommendations on them, good progress on them all. So there is an action plan to take the outcomes of this forward, and it is just put forward for note. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Robinson. Do we have a seconder? Councillor O'Rourke, thank you very much. Any comment from the Conservatives? And Councillor Mackenzie? Thank you very much. If we could go to the vote then, please. Unanimous approval. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. So, a change of portfolio now. Partnerships and Wellbeing portfolio. Rugby, Art Gallery and Museums. Councillor O'Rourke.
Thank you. I'd like to sort of formally move this report. It brings forward a refreshed operational policies and a clear framework for the next 4 years' development, and delivers as the Art Gallery and Museum looks to obtain its accreditation. So we have to do this every so often to maintain our accreditation. It's good because it builds challenge into the sort of process as well. The accreditation will show the services working along the best practice guidelines and principles, and has everything in place to safeguard its collections, and it's enabling engagement for future generations. I'd just also like to say, just last week, this service was shortlisted in the Association of Public Excellence Awards for Best Leisure and Cultural Team across the country. And since it has been difficult times, since the pandemic, things are moving from strength to strength, and we have seen high quality exhibitions, soaring participation numbers in the community, and outreach projects such as our partners with Barnardas and Warwickshire Vision Support engaging with officers. So it's all positive. Thank you. I so move.
Thank you very much, Councillor O'Rourke. Do we have a seconder for that?
Return the favour.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Robinson. Can I move to the Conservatives for comment? Councillor Mackenzie? I'm sure we'll get feedback from Councillor Sanderson at full council, so we look forward to that. Okay, thank you very much. Can we move forward to the vote there, please? Thank you, that's unanimous. And then back to you, Councillor O'Rourke, for item number 10.
Yes, this is the Rugby Olympians. So this report is looking to acknowledge the recent achievement of rugby athletes who have seen success at the Olympics and the Paralympic Games. It's important for Rugby Borough to celebrate and honour these achievements and the determination and hard work from those that have a connection to our borough. This is really important. The council is very proud of its sporting heritage and wishes to ensure we continue to celebrate new achievements as part of this council's commitment to loving our town and loving rugby. Athletes will be invited to a civic reception with councillors and invited guests to be presented with their special civic honour of freedom of the borough, and we'll be able to hear their stories and what they have planned for continuing their sporting journeys. I so move.
Thank you very much, Councillor O'Rourke. Do we have a seconder, please?
Chair, I will second that motion.
Thank you, Councillor Mystery. I'll just add, again, thank you to, I know, like a lot of these reports, they had to be produced in a very timely manner over the course of the summer, so thank you to all senior officers for putting that time in to get that done. And I think the point that you highlight there, that the celebrated Olympians and Paralympians are just the tip of the iceberg, and that with a policy to extend sort of sport participation throughout the borough, we can hopefully make much more of this. So look forward to doing that. Can I go to the Conservatives? Any comments there?
Thank you, Chairman. I think the last time we offered freedom in the borough was 2003 for the Rugby World Cup, and nothing since. I think this is a very worthwhile report put forward by Councillor Mrs O'Rourke, and I will speak further at Council. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Councillor Mackenzie? Okay, thank you. So I might just ask, if we're one light in Cabinet, we'll just go to the vote for our 5 merry band, shall we? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So slightly depleted temporarily. Can we go for the vote, please? Yeah, thank you. That's still unanimous approval. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the next item of the agenda, a change of portfolio to the finance, performance, legal and government portfolio. Councillor Mystery, item 11.
Thank you, Chair. I don't have a narrative and is dealing with financial figures. And John, we're trying to work hard to find words to put together. Anyway, figure is louder than anything. I would like to move recommendation 1, 2 and 3, which is Council forecast financial position for 24-25 to be considered, and item 2, performance information in section 5 be noted, and thirdly, it be recommended to the Council that the 24-25 budget amendment as detailed in section 4 be approved. Second.
I'll second that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll just add, so I was at, I think sort of relevant here, I was at a weekend at an LGA conference where the pressure on budgets was really highlighted. So I think what this does is emphasise the work that's got to be done over the coming couple of months to put forward a long, medium-term sustainable budget. So look forward to lots of work there and engagement across with different parties. Councillor Paul, would you like to add to that?
Not really, but I'll keep my powder dry for September the 25th.
Okay, great, thank you. Councillor Mackenzie? Okay, thank you. Can we go to the vote then, please, for item number 11? All in favour? Thank you very much, that's carried. Okay, Councillor Mystery, item 12.
Initial review of general fund budget for 25-26. Just go back to the previous item, which was a budget that was set by the previous administration, and coming forward this year, Chair, the medium-term financial position, quite rightly, was done by the previous administration, which was back in February 24, and going forward, he's got a medium-term financial position until 2028, and it's based on almost the prediction that hopefully the new corporate policy plan strategy will be embedded into it to change that. So currently we got the worst case scenario that we have projected, and obviously going forward we got a very short term window between September and December to put our budget together in line with the new corporate strategy in order to go forward into February 25 for the budget setting. And there are pressures on it. For example, going forward, if you take the food waste recycling, you're looking at, previous government only gave certain amount of money, but that's not sufficient. There is a shortfall of, you're looking at 400,000 to make the scheme working properly. And I think if you look at it in a way, it's quite hard. And also for the HRA, it will be the similar pressure going forward. So I think there is a lot of work to do. The word you keep hearing over the last few years and going forward, pressure on the budget and the trying to recruitment and retention of the staff. So all this compounded, we got a lot of work to do. I move as recommendation printed.
Okay, thank you very much. And to second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you very much. And you're right, Councillor Mystery. A lot of work to do, but a lot of talent with which to do it. So that's good. Just moving on to the Conservative Group. Would you like to comment on that, please? And Councillor Mackenzie? Okay, so just going back to vote then, please, on item 12. Okay, thank you very much. We're back to 6. So thank you very much. That's carried. Moving forward then to item 13.
Thank you, Chair. This is just a Treasury Management 23-24 annual report. It's for noting, so I moved as printed, Chair.
Thank you very much. And the second, Councillor O'Rourke. Thank you very much. Okay, and Councillor Paul or Simpson Vince, would you like to comment? Okay, Councillor Mackenzie. Okay, thank you. Going back to the vote then, to carry item number 13, please, the vote for that. Okay, thank you very much. That's carried. Moving on to item 14, Councillor Mystery.
Thank you, Chair. This is report come from Legal and Governors about the appointment to working groups for the ensuing year 24-25, and there are, I think, a couple of working group which has been established. One is the annual allocation of the grant to volunteer sector, and the other one is Gypsy and Travel Working Group. And I want to delegate the power to the Legal and Governance Chief Officer to consult with the chair and political group and to determine the composition of the membership for the following 3 working groups: civic owners, constitution review, and economic strategy group. So, Chair, I move as printed the report.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mystery. Can I call for a seconder, please? Thank you very much. And just I'd add, on the basis, Councillor Mystery, that you made reference to working groups that had been disbanded, I guess, just obviously to re-emphasise for the public record, Gypsy and Traveller provision will now be taken forward through the General Planning Services Working Group. Dealing with that issue and working with that community is of a real importance, so that's something that we'll tackle on very seriously. And then finally, I think worth noting, it's fantastic that the council is working with a working group to develop an economic strategy. So I'm sure that may be spoken about. Councillor Paul? Okay, and Councillor Mackenzie? Okay, thank you very much. Can we go for a vote, please, for item 14? That's all in favour. That's unanimous. Thank you very much. Item 15, please.
Chair, thank you. This is the Regulation and Investigatory Powers Act 2000, known as REPA policy. I'd like to, every so often, we have to update it. And I would like to recommend to the Cabinet that the REPA policy attached in Appendix Works be approved and delegated authority be granted to the Chief Officer for Legal and Governance to make any non-material amendment to approve the REPA policy. And this shall be included in any necessary update to the officer's roles as listed. So I move as printed.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mystery, and Councillor Rourke. Thank you very much for seconding. Thank you very much. Councillor Paul, would you like to add to that?
Thank you, Chairman. It's most important that the RIPA policy is renewed regularly. It's a basis for our legal services, the police and everybody to apprehend and, what can I say, sentence certain people to imprisonment. And we have to be careful and be guided by the rules of RIPA, because you can fall foul if we don't agree to those rules. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Councillor Paul. Councillor Mackenzie? Okay, we'll go back to a vote then, please, for that item. Can we have a vote to approve, to move it forward? That's carried. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving on to Community Homes Regulation and Safety Portfolio. Councillor Edwards, please.
Thanks very much, Chair. This is the regulatory framework for social housing. As you know, there is new legislation that's coming through, and I really wanted to first of all thank officers who've spent a lot of time and effort over several months to get ready for this new legislation coming through. The new standards will include standards on neighbourhood and community, on safety and quality, on tenancy and transparency, influence and accountability. These are fairly onerous things. I really commend the work of our officers to get ready for this on time. We will have a mock inspection in November that will give us a lot of benchmarking to improve what we do, and I think we do a very good job already to move through. So I welcome the report on progress of a lot of activities to make sure that we're fit for purpose moving forward.
Thank you, Councillor Edwards. Could I ask for a seconder, please?
Chair, I'll second the motion.
Councillor Mystery, thank you very much. Any comments or questions? No? Thank you. Can we go back to the vote then, please, for item 16 to go forward? Okay, thank you. That's carried. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 17, so that's support for council tenants in paying their rent. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to propose this report. It is about support for council tenants in paying their rent. Again, officers have gone the extra mile to make sure that any arrears are properly tackled. It's fair to say that most of our arrears are modest and only up to 4 weeks, which in the rent setting programme across the year is modest. And I'm sure we'll see much better progress as we move on this year. And again, thanks very much to their work in the community to make sure that tenants get the best support they can to meet any debts that they have accumulated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we get a seconder, please?
Yeah, Chair, I will second the motion. Thank you.
No, thank you. Obviously, it's a vitally important report that residents are helped as much as possible. So, good to move it forward. Any comments at all? No, thank you. So we'll go back to the vote then for item 17, please. Yeah, carried. Thank you very much indeed. Councillor Edwards, back to you. Item 18.
Thank you, Chair. This is really a historic report talking about the impact of the voluntary and community sector organisations that were funded by the council last year. I have to make a personal comment here in that I've worked very closely with Newbold-on-Avon Community Partnership and with the Brough Community Association. So I can't really say what a wonderful job we've done. However, I think it's important to know all the work of all the partnership working that takes place across this council. It will improve in the future, it will get closer in the future, and I'm really thankful for the work of the officers to move this forward over the last couple of years and in the future, work that we'll do together.
Thank you very much. Could I get a seconder, please?
Chair, I will second the motion. Thank you.
Councillor Mystery, thank you very much. I just wanted to add again, conscious that these are voluntary groups, so it's a testament that they've put additional time in, I'm sure, working with officers in order to document what they've achieved. But I think it's also a useful timely reminder of the need to demonstrate deliverable actions with all public money. So it's really brilliant to be moving this forward. Anything from Councillor Paul or Councillor Simpson-Vince?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Just welcome the report. It is surely needed. Thank you.
No? Okay, thank you very much. Could we go forward to the vote then, please? Okay, that's unanimously carried to go forward. Thank you very much. So unless I'm awkwardly mistaken here, that's the end of the agenda.